Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Every single person who has ever achieved greatness has faced failure, rejection, and disappointment. But what sets them apart is their ability to rise above those failures, to learn from them, and to keep moving forward. Life is not meant to be a smooth journey. It is a path filled with obstacles, challenges, and unexpected turns. And in those moments when everything seems to be falling apart, you have a choice: to stay down and accept defeat, or to rise up and turn your failure into your greatest strength. Think about a child who is learning to walk. The first few steps are shaky, uncertain. They fall, they stumble, but they don't give up. They get back up again and again until one day they walk with confidence. That same spirit is what we all need to embrace in our life. When we fail, it is not the end of the road. It is simply a lesson that teaches us how to walk forward with even more determination. There was a time in my life when I felt like everything had been taken away from me. I was in an accident that left me paralyzed. I lost the ability to walk, I lost my dreams, and I lost the person I thought I was. In that moment, I had two choices: to accept defeat and live in self-pity, or to stand up, not physically but mentally and emotionally, and redefine my life on my own terms. I chose to rise. I chose to see my struggles as an opportunity to inspire others, and today I am here to tell you that no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to turn your pain into your strength. Failure is a teacher. It teaches us resilience, patience, and the value of hard work. Every failure carries with it a lesson. The problem is, most of us are too focused on our disappointment to see the lesson. When we fail, we feel ashamed, embarrassed, or even worthless. But failure does not define you. How you respond to it does. If you see failure as an end, you will never move forward. But if you see it as a beginning, a new opportunity to learn and grow, you will unlock your true potential. Let me share the story of Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. He failed over 1,000 times before he finally succeeded. When someone asked him how he felt about failing so many times, he responded, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the mindset of a winner. It is not about avoiding failure. It is about embracing it, learning from it, and using it as fuel to push forward. One of the biggest mistakes we make is fearing failure so much that we stop trying. We don't apply for that job because we fear rejection. We don't start that business because we fear losing money. We don't pursue our dreams because we are afraid of what people will say if we fail. But what if I told you that the biggest failure in life is not trying at all? What if I told you that every successful person you admire today has failed multiple times before they made it? Oprah Winfrey was once told she wasn't fit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company before making a comeback that changed the world. These stories teach us one important thing: failure is never final unless you decide to quit. So how do we turn failure into success? First, change your perspective. Instead of seeing failure as something negative, see it as a stepping stone. Ask yourself, what is this failure teaching me? Every setback has a lesson. Maybe it is teaching you patience. Maybe it is teaching you to improve your skills, or maybe it is teaching you that you need to take a different path. When you shift your mindset, failure stops being something to fear and becomes something to embrace. Second, stop worrying about what people will say. People will always have opinions. If you fail, they will talk. If you succeed, they will talk. So why waste your energy trying to please everyone? Your journey is yours alone. You don't need validation from others to follow your dreams. Stay focused on your goals and don't let negativity hold you back. Third, be persistent. Success is not about talent alone. It is about consistency, discipline, and determination. If you fail, get back up, try again. Try a different approach. Learn, adapt, and grow. The road to success is never easy, but those who refuse to give up are the ones who make it to the top. Lastly, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in your own abilities, no one else will. Confidence comes from experience, and experience comes from trying, failing, and trying again. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you know, and you have the power to turn your failures into the foundation of your success. If you found this message inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Join me on this journey of motivation, growth, and self-belief. This is Muniba Mazari, and I believe in you. Gratitude is one of the most powerful habits that can transform your life. It is a shift in perspective, a change in the way we see the world and ourselves. Most of the time, we are so focused on what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we do have. We chase after bigger dreams, greater achievements, and material success, thinking that happiness lies somewhere in the future. But the truth is, happiness is found in the present moment, in the small things we often take for granted. We live in a world that constantly tells us that we are not enough. We are told that we need more money, a better job, a bigger house, or a perfect body to be happy. We scroll through social media comparing our lives to the highlight reels of others, feeling like we are missing out. But let me tell you something. True happiness does not come from what we have. It comes from what we appreciate. The moment we start practicing gratitude, we realize that we already have so much to be happy about. There was a time in my life when I thought I had lost everything. After my accident, I lost my ability to walk, I lost my independence, and for a while I even lost hope. I kept asking, why me? Why did this happen to me? I focused on everything that had gone wrong, everything that I no longer had. But one day, I realized something. Despite everything, I was still alive. I could still see, I could still speak, I could still feel love, and I could still inspire others. That realization changed everything for me. I stopped thinking about what I had lost and started being grateful for what I still had. And from that moment, my life changed. Gratitude is a choice. It is not about having a perfect life. It is about appreciating the imperfect one you have. When you wake up in the morning, do you focus on your problems or do you feel grateful for another day? When you look in the mirror, do you criticize yourself or do you appreciate the body that carries you through life? When you eat a meal, do you think about what you wish you had or do you feel thankful for the food on your plate? The way we think shapes our reality, and gratitude has the power to turn even the darkest days into something beautiful. One of the biggest mistakes we make is waiting for something big to happen before we feel grateful. We tell ourselves, I will be happy when I get my dream job, or I will be happy when I find the perfect partner. But gratitude does not work that way. If you cannot appreciate what you have now, you will never appreciate what you get later. Happiness is not a destination, it is a mindset. It is about looking at your life right now and saying, I am thankful for this moment. There are so many things we take for granted every single day. The fact that you can hear the sound of laughter, that you can see the colors of the sky, that you have people who love you. These are things that not everyone gets to experience. Think about those who do not have what you have. Someone out there is praying for the things you take for granted. Gratitude is about recognizing your blessings and appreciating them fully. Let me share a story with you. There was a man who always complained about his life. He was unhappy with his job, his home, and his circumstances. One day he visited a hospital and saw a young girl who had lost her legs. Yet she was smiling and laughing with her family. He was shocked. He asked her, how can you be so happy when you have lost so much? And she replied, because I have not lost everything. I still have my family, I still have my dreams, and I still have hope. That day, the man realized that happiness is not about what you have, it is about what you see. Gratitude opens your eyes to the beauty of life that you never noticed before. So how do we practice gratitude every day? First, start your day with gratitude. Before you even get out of bed, take a moment to think about 3 things you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as the air you breathe, the roof over your head, or the people who love you. When you start your day with gratitude, you set a positive tone for everything that follows. Second, shift your focus. Instead of dwelling on what is missing in your life, focus on what is present. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, appreciate what you do have. Life is not perfect, but it is full of small moments of joy if only we choose to see them. Third, express gratitude to others. Sometimes we forget to appreciate the people who make our lives better. Take a moment to thank your parents for their love, your friends for their support, or even a stranger for their kindness. Gratitude has the power to strengthen relationships and spread positivity. Fourth, keep a gratitude journal. Every night, write down 3 things that made you happy that day. It could be something big, like achieving a goal, or something small, like a beautiful sunset. Over time, you will realize just how much goodness exists in your life. Lastly, be grateful for challenges. This may sound difficult, but even our struggles have something to teach us. Every obstacle makes us stronger, every setback pushes us forward, and every failure brings us closer to success. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" When you start seeing challenges as opportunities, your entire perspective on life changes. Gratitude is the key to true happiness. It is not about ignoring life's difficulties. It is about choosing to see the beauty in every situation. The more you practice gratitude, the more you attract positivity into your life. It is not the happy people who are grateful, it is the grateful people who are happy. When you learn to appreciate what you have, life will give you even more to be grateful for. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, influence your emotions, and determine the direction of your life. Whether you realize it or not, the energy of those around you seeps into your thoughts, actions, and decisions. If you are constantly around negativity, doubt, and discouragement, it will drain your spirit, no matter how strong you think you are. But if you surround yourself with dreamers, believers, and positive souls, you will find yourself inspired, uplifted, and motivated to reach your full potential. Many of us do not realize the impact that our environment has on our growth. We stay in toxic relationships thinking we can change people. We surround ourselves with negativity, believing it won't affect us. But over time, without even noticing, we start doubting ourselves, losing our confidence, and settling for less than we deserve. That is why it is crucial to protect your energy and be mindful of the people you allow into your life. There was a time in my life when I was surrounded by voices that told me I was not good enough. After my accident, people told me I would never be able to live a normal life again. They said my dreams were over, that I would always be dependent on others, and that I should accept my fate. At first, I listened to them. I started believing that I was worthless, that my future was dark, and that I had nothing to offer the world. But then, something changed. I realized that the only reason I felt hopeless was because I was absorbing the negativity around me. I made a decision that day I would stop listening to people who made me feel small. I would only allow voices of encouragement, strength, and positivity into my life, and that decision changed everything. If you want to grow, you need to let go of people who hold you back. You need to cut ties with those who constantly bring you down, who discourage your dreams, who fill your mind with fear and doubt. It is not selfish to walk away from negativity, it is necessary for your well-being. Some people will never celebrate your success. Some people will never believe in you, no matter how hard you try, and that is okay. You do not need their validation, you need your own self-belief and the support of those who genuinely want to see you thrive. Have you ever noticed how you feel after spending time with certain people? Some people drain your energy, make you doubt yourself, and leave you feeling exhausted. Others lift you up, make you feel capable, and inspire you to do more. That is the difference between toxic people and positive people. And toxic people feed off negativity. They complain, gossip, and find problems in every solution. They will tell you that your dreams are impossible, not because they truly believe it, but because they are too afraid to chase their own dreams. They project their fears onto you, and if you are not careful, you will start believing them. On the other hand, positive people encourage you. They push you to be your best self. They see your potential even when you don't. They remind you of your strengths, celebrate your victories, and help you rise after every fall. These are the people you need in your life. Find those who genuinely believe in you and hold on to them. There is a story about an eagle that was raised among chickens. Since birth, it had been surrounded by chickens. So it started believing that it was one of them. It would look up at the sky and see other eagles soaring high, but it never even tried to fly because it thought, I am just a chicken, I cannot fly. One day a wise man saw the eagle and said, You are not a chicken. You are an eagle. You were born to fly. At first, the eagle did not believe him, but the wise man took him to a high mountain and encouraged him to spread his wings. Hesitant at first, the eagle finally leapt, and for the first time, it realized it could fly. The moral of the story is simple. If you surround yourself with people who don't believe in you, you will never believe in yourself. But if you surround yourself with those who see your greatness, they will help you discover your true potential. So how do you surround yourself with positivity? First, identify the people in your life who lift you up. Who are the ones that encourage you, support you, and bring out the best in you? These are the people you need to spend more time with. Second, limit your exposure to negativity. You may not always be able to completely remove toxic people from your life, but you can set boundaries. If someone constantly brings negativity into your space, distance yourself. Protect your energy. Third, be mindful of what you consume. It is not just about people. What you read, watch, and listen to also influences your mindset. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, whether it is through social media, news, or toxic entertainment, it will affect you. Choose content that inspires you, that fills your mind with hope, knowledge, and motivation. Fourth, become the positive person that others need. If you want to attract good energy, be a source of good energy. Encourage others, support their dreams, and spread kindness. When you become a light for others, you naturally attract light into your own life. Lastly, believe that you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you. Sometimes we settle for negative relationships because we think we don't deserve better. But you do. You deserve love, respect, and encouragement. Never settle for anything less. The truth is, life is too short to spend it with people who do not support your growth. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to become the best version of yourself. When you do, you will find that your mindset shifts, your confidence grows, and your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Self-discipline is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. It is the bridge between your goals and your achievements, the difference between staying the same and becoming the person you dream of being. Without discipline, talent is wasted, dreams remain unfulfilled, and potential is never fully realized. It is not motivation that creates success, because motivation fades. It is discipline that keeps you going even when you don't feel like it. Many people wait to feel inspired before they take action. They wait for the right moment, for the perfect opportunity, for a wave of motivation to push them forward. But the truth is, if you always wait to feel ready, you will never start. And even if you do start, you will never stay consistent. That is why self-discipline is so important. It teaches you to take action regardless of how you feel. Think about an athlete training for a championship. They don't just train when they feel like it. They train every single day, pushing themselves beyond their limits, even when they are tired, even when they don't see immediate results. That level of commitment, that ability to keep going no matter what, that is self-discipline. And that is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. When I look back at my own journey, I realize that everything I have achieved is because of discipline. After my accident, I lost control over so many things in my life. I couldn't walk, I couldn't move the way I used to, and at one point I even thought I had lost my purpose. But there was one thing I could control: my mindset. I made a promise to myself that I would not let my circumstances define me, and every single day I disciplined my mind to focus on what I could do rather than what I had lost. Discipline is about making a choice every day to push forward, no matter how hard it gets. It is about waking up early when you would rather sleep in. It is about working on your goals even when no one is watching. It is about doing the right thing even when it is difficult. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about discipline is that it is restrictive. They think discipline takes away their freedom, that it means living a life of constant struggle and sacrifice. But the truth is, discipline gives you freedom. It frees you from bad habits, from regret, from wasted time. It helps you create a life that you are proud of, rather than a life filled with excuses. Think about it this way. Imagine two people. One wakes up early, exercises, eats healthy, works hard, and stays focused on their goals. The other sleeps in, skips workouts, procrastinates, and spends hours scrolling through social media. Who do you think will feel better at the end of the day? Who will have more energy, more confidence, and more success? The first person, of course. And that is because discipline creates progress, and progress creates happiness. So how do you build self-discipline? First, start small. Many people fail because they try to change everything overnight. They make a long list of goals, push themselves too hard in the beginning, and then give up when it becomes overwhelming. Discipline is not about making extreme changes. It is about making small, consistent improvements every day. If you want to wake up earlier, start by waking up 15 minutes earlier. If you want to get fit, start with 10 minutes of exercise. Success is built on small daily habits. Second, remove distractions. We live in a world full of distractions, social media, endless notifications, unnecessary entertainment. If you want to be disciplined, you need to take control of your environment. If your phone distracts you, put it away while you work. If you waste time on social media, set limits. Discipline is not just about willpower. It is about creating an environment that makes success easier. Third, learn to say no. One of the hardest things about discipline is resisting temptations. Whether it is unhealthy food, wasted time, or negative influences, there will always be things trying to pull you away from your goals. You need to learn to say no to anything that does not serve your growth. Every time you say no to a bad habit, you say yes to your future self. Fourth, develop a routine. The most successful people in the world have daily routines that keep them focused and productive. When you have a structured routine, you don't waste time deciding what to do, you just do it. Whether it is a morning routine, a work schedule, or a fitness plan, creating structure in your life helps you stay disciplined. Fifth, hold yourself accountable. No one is going to push you every day. No one is going to force you to stay disciplined. That is your responsibility. Keep track of your progress, set deadlines for yourself, and find ways to stay accountable. If you struggle with discipline, find a mentor, a coach, or a friend who can keep you on track. Lastly, be patient. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about persistence. You will have days when you fail, when you feel tired, when you want to give up, and that is okay. What matters is that you keep going. Success is not about never falling. It is about getting back up every time you do. Self-discipline is the key to success, happiness, and fulfillment. It is not easy, but it is worth it. The more you practice discipline, the stronger you become, and the more control you have over your life. Self-discipline is not just a habit, it is a way of life. It is the foundation of success, the driving force behind growth, and the key to unlocking your true potential. No matter where you are in life, you have the power to take control, to push forward, and to become the best version of yourself. Stay committed, stay focused, and never stop believing in your ability to rise above challenges. The journey may be tough, but the rewards are worth it. Keep going, keep growing, and let discipline lead you to the life you truly deserve.